Okay, round two. We are going to keep this hand. We have all our mana. One drop. It gets a little clunky until we get up to the fours, but that's fine. Especially with this Kurd Chieftain being able to do some work here. And we're playing another blue drafter. Crazy. Put some early beats down. Put some fear. My opponent going, what? Interesting. Alright. Looks like we're all kind of rocking the same thing here. I'll go ahead and get into my Uno point of damage. Definitely not stoked to trade 1 for 3, but that is just the situation I'm in. My opponent's got to be happy about that. So maybe these colors were not that open in the draft, seeing as this is now the third person playing these colors, and that's definitely the 2-drop I was missing and wanting so bad. Ooh. Need a Forge Devil, but it ain't in my deck. Well, yeah, clunky start, but we'll get a 4/4 down next turn, hopefully stabilize and put some pressure on my opponent. Till then, we're taking 5, but I'm not blocking, so might as well bust and move in. If my opponent wants to block, go for it. Exactly. Alright, how am I going to deal with the Chasm Skulker? Eventually it gets a bunch of Island Walk dudes out. I have an Encrust. Not in the main deck, though, so never mind. As soon as my opponent... If I'm able to turn the race around, as soon as my opponent has that, then this Chasm Skulker is just going to start getting there. Hey, well that's nice. We have some beef. I'm going to try to start applying some pressure on my opponent here. Question is next turn. Do I want to try this race? If there's a crowd's favor, the Kurd Chieftain gets a little bit wrecked. Aside from that, it doesn't matter much. I just don't want to trade a Kurd Chieftain for a crowd's favor. Oh, or that. I'm glad I saw that. I mean, I still would have done the trade, and then a bunch of tokens would have gone out. Might have made me think. Actually, there wasn't a crowd's favor. My opponent would have tagged with Borderland Marauder if there was a crowd's favor. I should have blocked. Made the trade, start dealing with the Island Walk dudes, and try to race that way. Which would be hard, but with Trample, may be okay. Krankle's Enforcer gets pretty bad here. I don't know if I can race, but I think it's my only option at the moment. Do I want my opponent to block or not? I think I do. Just want it off the table, try to get the race down. We're going to play the Paragon and try to surprise my opponent with a hasty Kurd Chieftain next turn. Also means a Frenzy Goblin can start trading with the Borderland Marauder. So if my opponent has nothing and wants to try to bash in with everything, this trade goes down. We take 6 down to 2. Research Assistant is tapped. Cone of Flame. That's a bummer. Sweet deck. Oh, Dauntless River Marshal? That's interesting. Maybe that's my path to victory, is my opponent having dead cards in hand. Ouch, that hurt. Okay, so we saw Cone of Flame, we saw Chasm Skulker. Void Snare could actually be good against a Chasm Skulker. Don't know if I want Encrust. We're on the play. Same kind of situation happens with the Enforcer being a lot worse. But at least it trades with things. The one red card we saw. I'm going to keep it in. Doesn't seem that bad against my opponent. We will be a little bit more on the aggressive side anyway. Have to be careful of that Cone of Flame. Do I want Dissipate up because of that? I think I want the Void Snare just to deal with the Chasm Skulker. Also, like, if we're on the aggression, it could kind of help with the tempo. I'm considering taking out the Haunted Plate Mail or one of the Divinations. Aether Spouts will also be very good. I just want to be the aggressor. I think we cut one of the Divinations and keep this power level up. Yeah, that's why I want to keep it. Definitely want to play first. I don't think I can win with this hand, even though the Goblin gets us there. I want to be aggressive. This is a thing. I can go dig for plains, or sorry, an islands. At least cast a Void Snare to stay alive. That seems to suck. Yeah, we're gonna mulligan. Alright, it's gonna be hard, but hey, turn 4/4/4, right? Opponent has all the cards in the world, which is what my opponent wants against me. Alright, uphill battles. Let's get there. Frostlings. I'll buy some time. Alright, there's that plains that we saw as an option. We'll play the Frostlings to get us a turn or two. Maybe just play the Plate Mail next turn? I mean, what else are we gonna do? So I put Splashing Blue? Who knows? Might seem weird, but I don't. Just because this guy's coming out, but I don't want like a removal spell to take out the links and I've missed it 2 points of damage. And I do kind of want to be racing, so I don't think my life total is going to be relevant. Okay, so that's nice, because what we get to do now is actually, the big downfall would be is if I were to equip, then my opponent removes the Frostlings. So do I really want to be racing? Therein lies the question. I'm definitely equipping. Am I the aggressor here? No, we're playing D. Defense! Doesn't have vigilance, right? No. Of course not. But it should make it pretty hard for my opponent to attack through. What else you got, friendo? How do I win this game? Gosh. Path Mage can come down next turn. I can start attacking with the Frost Links. An Enforcer, you say. Well, that's a clock. I think we just play the Miner's Bane to put up a bunch of pressure. And I think we attack in with everything. If my opponent wants to double block, the Frostlinks effectively just starts doing a 2-for-1. Which I'm very okay with. And then also my opponent doesn't know, but I have this, or we'll see that, like, maybe I don't even want to kill the Frostlings because now there's a Haunted Plate Mail that can block the Enforcer. It's a little worrisome to have the Bane out there when a Cone of Flame can come down. So I take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I take 10 damage. But I think that's the only way I win. The Cone of Flame is going to be able to get me anyway. It might have meant I shouldn't have attacked, but I don't think I win by not attacking. This makes my opponent have to have the Cone of Flame. And I'm going to try to go on the fact that my opponent might just be... No, Cone of Flame. Oh, Meteorite. That's okay. I was going to say, I was trying to just bet that my opponent's like out of blue. So here, yeah, my opponent's just trying to pound in for the 2 damage. I'm assuming. Oh, there's also this... Oh, okay. Good play, opponent. Good play. So now my opponent gets to do a lot of damage to me. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, like I said, 10. My opponent can chump with the Forge Devil. Alright, that's not good. That's very much not good. I'm going to have to hold back the Frostlings next turn while the Enforcer starts killing me. Coral Barrier is okay, not great, but maybe that means I can get away with attacking in with the Frostlinks in order to and stabilize with that guy, but trample happens. Path Mage. We're 1 land away. We could play it and also can't be blocked. If we block the Path Mage to the Mongrel, we're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're dead. So yeah, we gotta play D right now. And it's gonna be bad against this Enforcer. If we're playing defense, then I think we have a few turns to get there, so how is that going to work? I think with the Path Mage, right? Yeah. Hopefully the Frostlings will keep enough pressure off of us right now to where when we untap we can try to smack in. I don't know. We'd have to do it in 1 turn, and I don't know if we have a way to do that. Probably not. Pretty dire here. That was a pretty... I got so much hope when the Meteorite came out. I was like, oh, cool, great. We might actually stay alive. But that also, turning up the Scrapyard Mongrel was pretty clutch. Ugh. I definitely think my opponent's deck is better than mine, or at least has better cards. I don't know if it's better built. I'm interested in what this 3-color thing is. I don't know if you splash the Dauntless River Marshalfa Plains, but I haven't seen enough to know. I know my opponent's was off of blue. I assume something blue is coming down now that Meteorite is available. And my opponent goes in for the attack. Yes, indeedy. Plays another mountain. So next turn, if we play Coral Barrier, make Frostlings unblockable, what does that do? We can... There's the blue card. All the blue cards. Lightning Strike. Is good. How are we going to handle this? We make Frostlings unblockable. We could just Lightning Strike the Scrapyard Mongrel now. Attack in with the Frostlings. The problem is... Well, the Coral Barrier should actually protect us enough to where we don't die if we're killing the Scrapyard Mongrel. But we need to know if the Scrapyard Mongrel is actually going to die before that happens. Forge Devil is just going to chump anyway. But we'll have the Coral Barrier to block this dude, Chasm Skulker. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to kill the Mongrel, attacking with the Frostlings, and try to get one dude off the table, the Forge Devil. If I just give the Frostlings unblockable, 6, then we're dead. Because I don't have enough... Well, let me rethink this. If I play Coral Barrier... Or rather, if I attack with Frostlings, probably just a chump, right? I play Coral Barrier. Now I need to get that 6 in to represent lethal in this crackback. I'll have one chumper in the Island Walk dude to like chump here. Scrapyard Mongrel. I'd have to double block. Yeah, I'm just dead that way. So what we have to do is Lightning Strike the Mongrel now, which my opponent let happen. And then we'll go ahead and attack with the Frostlings. And that's because I need to put pressure up. And I'm playing the Coral Barrier. I'm dead to a Lightning Strike, but I can't play around that. My opponent's probably thinking, well, if he has one creature in hand, if I don't jump with a Forge Devil, I have lethal next turn. That's exactly what we want my opponent to be thinking, because Coral Barrier is actually 2 creatures. Could be a removal spell or something. You know, play the Coral Barrier, and my opponent doesn't chump, is able to remove the little token, or whatever. Then yeah, I'm dead. But I think this is the only way it sets me up. Okay, so my opponent did go for the block. That's cool. Not cool, but I mean, it keeps lethal off the table. All right. If my opponent does play an island, do I move the plate mail over to the squid token? Guaranteed 5? Guess we'll have to see what I draw. Dead in a few turns to this Krinkos Enforcer. Uh-oh. Ooh. Okay. That's very good. Still can smack in for 5. We now have at least a chump blocker. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I don't have enough to move the plate mail over and play the Rummaging Goblin. If I move the plate mail over and attack for 5, my opponent can kill me next turn. So I can't do that at all. So we just play a lot of defense. But even then, my opponent attacks with everything. I'm going to end up being forced to do... I need to block everything that's coming through with all my guys no matter what. So I think we do just move the plate mail like over to the squid. Is the squid the guy I want to keep around? Corbeller goes in front of the Skalker dies. If the Pat Mage blocks here, they trade. I have a big dude to go here. I think I have to move the plate mail over to try to survive. Do I actually want it on the squid or not? I don't think so. I think we want it on the Path Mage, so the Path Mage stays alive. Problem is, no, I need to be able to be training with my opponent's creatures, so there you have it. It gives me the best option for survival. I don't think I'm going to survive, but again, best options. I can't let the Skulker die because of the Island Walk, which means I have to chump it every turn while trying to get 11 damage through. And my opponent has no fear with my Island Walk, because why would you? At this stage of the game. Bounce spell? Oh, Ensoul Artifact. I'm losing to Ensoul Artifact. Well, that's interesting. Definitely interesting. GG's. GG's indeed. I shall concede. Well, that was fun. Tried to get out of... Tried to get there. Couldn't quite make it happen. Oh, well. Anyway, thanks, gang, for watching. I'm Ryan from Mana Bluff. Comment on manabluff.com. I promise to respond. Or find me on YouTube and comment, subscribe, like there. I also try to respond there, but I can't always get to it. I'm also on Twitter, __, RJH ___. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next Friday. Bye.